Group H, Portugal tops the group on 6 points. South Korea second on 4 points, moving on goals for, I believe.
Yep.
Uruguay in third, also on 4 points, and Ghana in fourth on 3 points.
Hey, where did you say Uruguay was going to finish?
I had them top in the group.
Oh, did you? That's
Yeah,
unfortunate. You
it
know who had a
is.
perfect group in Group H?
Was it you?
Oh, it was me. That's right, because I know ball.
So let me ask you. Um, well, you know what? Let me not ask you that question because I know your response already, but I wanted to talk a little bit about Ghana because
Okay.
for me personally, did not have really any expectations for them coming into the World Cup. And I feel like they pleasantly surprised me. I think that they were really feisty. I think they were really tough to play against. And I think they made things really difficult for every team in this group. What was your take on their performance in the World Cup?
There was only one team in this group who was younger than the United States. That was Ghana. And they played miles above their experience. You talked about how certain teams made it difficult, right, for um, teams in the group to get by, and that's exactly what they did. They were unlucky not to get a point against Portugal. Um, Less on them, more on Portugal's inability to see it out. 3 points against that South Korea team is fantastic. Um, that's crazy. I'm looking at these stats. 22 shots to 7. All 3 shots on target went in. Um,
Efficiency.
that's crazy. Um, and then you had the Uruguay game where they got undone in the first half and they couldn't pull it back. I mean, um, you lose 2 out of your 3 games, no matter how competitive you are, you're probably not going through. Um,
Mhm.
so a bit unfortunate for them, but kind of like the United States, or rather Canada, where the results didn't go in their favor, but the performance shows positive potential. Right, this team is going to be one to watch for a very long time.
Here's the one caveat I will say, just kind of looking at this team. I definitely think they are super young, obviously, and are going to continue to get better. It seems like a lot of the young guys that they brought on didn't play a ton. There's a number of guys in here that are like 22 and got good minutes and definitely have massive potential. I'm a huge Muhammad Kudu fan. He was awesome at this World Cup, definitely really made a name for himself. Um, Salis Abdul Samed also got plenty of minutes, also 22. Mohamed Salisu playing at Southampton, 23 years old. He got a lot of minutes. But I see like a number of guys at the bottom here, like 18, 20, 22, 23. They played like 1 minute total. So I am, I guess, caveating a little bit to see like, yes, they were super young on paper. I want to see how like these guys actually perform once they start getting minutes. But I definitely do think this team has good potential. And I think they've done a really good job at getting guys to who like weren't really in the mix for their other national teams to swap onto their team, like Iñaki Williams, Tariq Lamptey, um, and it almost had Callum Hudson-Odoi as well. I think this team has good potential. On paper, they were, I think, the lowest ranked team going in, right?
They were, yeah.
They did not look like the lowest ranked team at this tournament. 100%.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, they had a good showing.
Yeah,
Uh, Last question for you to wrap things up, unless you have anything else on your end. What went wrong for Uruguay? Why did they not qualify? Was it just
I
South
told
Korea being better? Did they not perform?
I said this in the episode, is that they put a lot of somebody in the camp of players playing their last World Cup were going to end it prematurely. And it was going to be this Uruguay team who scored 2 goals all tournament. And it was against Ghana in the last game. You don't score goals, and I know it's going to shock some people. If you don't score goals, you can't win games. If you don't win games, you don't move on. It's a very, very complicated higher level science. Okay. Football 305. Got to take 101, 202 before you can get 305. They the strike partnership of Suarez, Nunez, um, Cavani, that whole mix in there, they just fell short. They didn't get the job done. Um, and that unfortunately is just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes is you've got these guys that you lean on, and you try and integrate a young guy to help them out every once in a while. That's what's going to happen. Suarez, Nunez, Cavani all combined for 0 goals this tournament. The only person who scored was De Arrascaeta, who had the brace against Ghana. If your strikers aren't scoring goals, you're not going to win games. You're not going to move on. You're not going to do well in a tournament. Think about
Say that to the
US.
USA, huh?
I was about to say, think about USA 2020 or 2017, right? Old, aging strike force trying to implement a young guy to help him out. What happened? They didn't qualify. These guys qualified and bounced because they didn't get the job done when they needed to. Um, again, they lost on goals for. You don't score goals, it's going to hurt you. It's just a fact of they've been leaning on these guys for so long that the transition period, maybe it didn't. I'm going to think of how to word this. Maybe the transition period for Nunez to get into that team and be a part of it wasn't long enough. Maybe they were trying too quick to get him in, so he didn't mesh as quickly, and he wasn't able to perform. Will he be? I think he'll be fine. You play him as a lone striker with some players on the wings, you'll be fine. I just don't think that he fit well with the other two up there. So
Yeah, I mean, the biggest issue obviously was you're not going to score goals if you don't play MLS talent like Facundo Torres.
I mean, big facts, right? Big facts.
Yeah, they deserved no goals when you sit obvious talent that has been playing in one of the best leagues in the world.
Let's see. Cavani, Man United, Premier League tie. Suarez, Liverpool, Premier League tie. Nunez, Liverpool, Premier League tie. 0 goals.
Mm-hmm.
Facundo Torres, MLS, didn't even get a look. Criminal.
Yeah, that's
Criminal.
Euro snobism at its finest.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But
All right, well,
that's what you get, right?
unless
That's
you
what you
have
get.
unless you have anything else, that's
I
everything
mean,
I
I
had.
got tons of things, but how much time do you got?